So this is my assessment of my project. I was not able to complete the key stakeholder interview because I was no longer doing my internship. So the initiation stage was not as structured as I'd like it to be. However, making a project scope statement was helpful, and I could see how that would be helpful in future internships. Creating a project schedule for the project I chose seemed like a little bit of unnecessary work, just because I initially planned that I would be the only one that would be doing this project, and so doing all the extra things just kind of made it overcomplicated for me, I felt like. But coming up with deliverables was definitely useful. I had never thought to do that before, and putting a start and end date on the project was definitely helpful. And so I can see why when you have more people, making that project schedule can be really, really useful and can kind of give your team direction. One thing that I learned about myself is that I really hate making plans, which is really not a good thing to learn about yourself, but I learned that it's something I have to work on in the future, is just planning and following those plans. And once the plans start to change, reacting well to that change. So how accurately did the project completion process mirror the project schedule? I say it did mirror in some points. I was able to finish on time and complete everything that I needed to, which that was part of the schedule. However, I feel like I forgot to include that I have to give my transcripts to someone who edits them higher up, and I forgot completely to include her in the project schedule. And so I think I could have thought about who really would be included in this process, and that's where the key stockholder interview might have been useful in talking to my supervisor, Lance. But I can see how in the future I can improve on that aspect, just making sure I understand the scope of the project and including people who I need to include. The project was, I kind of learned that about the project management processes, that projects are difficult to manage, and because you have to be ready for all variables, you have to be ready to change your plans when needed. But I also learned that it's good to have a process for project management, because if you don't have a plan, then it becomes really difficult. What would I do differently in the future according to SMART plans? I specifically really want to include other people in my project and not try to do everything by myself, because I think this project could have been much easier if I had included other people and included them into the schedule. The next time I do this, in order to fulfill my measurable part of the goal, I will create a project in my next internship and we'll get a group to help me. So that's something that I will do, and I feel like that's a pretty measurable goal that I can do. Agreed upon, I will check with my supervisor and ask for her help choosing people when I come up with this project. Realistic, I will only ask for 1 or 2 people to be included, because you don't need a ton of people for this project, especially since it's my first. So I'm not taking people away from the work they need to do. And time bound, I'll make sure the project is less than 2 weeks, because 2 weeks is a long time in an internship, and so making that time bound is much better. Thank you so much.